Okay, here we are with the web app, which you find at rebelop.com. That's REBYL op.com. Everybody has their own login, and as you can see here, if you're not logged in, you can't see anything. Now, there's going to be permissions, so only admin can see finance and admin reports, but everything else is accessible except for the items that are what they call record level security. So sales reps are only going to see their dashboard with their stuff. You log in. We want to have a very secure login because this is all our information. Okay, so the first thing you're going to want to do is update your password, because and it's going to be a little bit irritating because it's got to be such a complex password, but it's for our own protection. I flushed out everything we beta tested, so there's literally no records here. That's why you see all over the place where it says no records. But as we go along, and I know it looks confusing right now, but it's not. It's very simple. This is all designed to make life easier for everyone, not harder. Save everybody time and so forth. That's what this will do. But you just got to get used to it. So we're going to walk it through. First of all, this is the first order I'm going to do is actually an order. So this would be our first live order on this program. In this case, you start with you'll start order, and that's all I'm going to cover in this video. Just try to keep it as short as possible to start an order. Okay, in this case, I'm going to say today is the order date. Now, the reason we don't auto-date that is because when we have pre-order artwork jobs and pre-scheduled jobs, we need to change that date to the order date, not the actual order entry date. But we'll get more into that later. So what I would do as a sales rep, as a user, I would want to just go to my folder where I have my job saved. I should have did that before I started the video to make it quicker, but okay, so here we are. I'm going to go to this Sojourner's order, which is an actual live order. Okay, I have it all filled out. I did it on the new spreadsheet. So now it's pretty simple. I got 4202 is my work order number. Now, if Sojourners wasn't in there, we would add that, but we'll deal with that in another video. So there it populates with the person, Julie Guy. If she was different, I have the ability to edit that if her phone number changed or whatever. It'll only update here, though. If you want it to change at record level, we'll talk about that when we're talking about entering customers. But in this case, I don't want to do a quote request because I got an actual order, and I'm not scheduling a pre-order production. I need to actually submit an order, so I'm going to hit submit. And now, if I had multiple orders, work orders for the same job, like I talked about before, if there's a different lettering assignment for each lettering assignment had its own work order. So if I had, instead of just this t-shirt, I also had a cap that was embroidered, I would click this because that would mean I'd have two work orders, not just the one. But in this case, I just have the one, and I have the drop down. Is it going to be a new order, a reorder, or is it going to be new order and reorder? In other words, new order, reorder would be an example where you got the same front print but a different back print. And that's important because there's things that got to happen with the artwork in the system that have to be defined, and then whether it's a new order or reorder. But in this case, it's a new order. The due date is March 1st. It's going to be a rep delivery. Now I'm going to go to the gross sale, which is 4077. I put that in. Now I got the work order cost. Now I have to go grab my other one, my purchase order, and that'll have my work order cost, my total cost, which is 100823. And then I'm going to put my commission in this case I'll put 10%. And I have my initial PR. Actually, that will say, I'll change that, it should say lettering PR. But let me grab my other one now. My PR is right here. My personalization PR is obviously 0 because we're not doing names. My lettering PR is 2701. You don't have to put 0 here, but as a habit, I've kind of been doing it. Now here's where you got to tell the system whether purchasing is required. Okay? In this case, like say if there's customer provided goods but you haven't received them yet, you would click that and your vendor would be customer provided. Now if the customer provided goods and then they have been brought in, you'd want to hit receive complete if you received them. But that's important for other parts of the operation, so you got to make sure you're checking one of these. So in this case, I am purchasing. As soon as you click that, it drops down and asks you what vendors are going to be used. Okay, that's important for purchasing. If you want to know more on that, you can go to the purchasing videos when they're done. In this case, I'm just doing S&S, so I'm going to do a drop down and hit S, and the first S is S&S, so that works all good. And that's all there is, but I have spots for 6 different vendors. Okay, now let's say I was going to use samples with the order, like I ordered a sizing run or whatever. I would select that, and in this case I'm not going to, but we'll go into that in another video. What production departments are required? Now this does not include personalizations. That's important to know because the system doesn't work well if you don't treat personalizations separately. In this case, the only thing I need is screen print. The other options, of course, are embroidery, heat press, blank goods. More on that later. Support departments needed. None of them are needed for this job. I don't need to bag it. I don't need any cutting done. I don't need either Mapex or Stalls, and I'm not doing die sub printing, so nothing. There's no personalization, so I don't have to check that. If I did, I would have a drop down so I can make selections. Does this require a shipment other than what is shown on the work order? In this case, the address on the work order is the address I'm going to deliver to, so I don't check that. But if it was going to ship to a different address, or if I want to deliver to a different address, I would drop that down and enter it there. In this case, I am not. This is where I'm going to upload my work order and my purchase order. So I'm going to first select my work order, and it's important that you get these right. Don't flip them around because things won't work right if you do, because the purchase order is going to purchasing. Okay, in this case, it's a little bit unusual because this is a first order in the system, and I would have actually done pre-order artwork in this job. So your job is always going to require artwork unless it's blank goods, but I already have the artwork done, so I don't need any artwork done, so I'm not going to do anything there. I don't need to submit a new artwork request or a quick edit or anything, so I'm basically done. So I hit submit and that's it. Your order has been submitted. You don't have to print anything out. You don't have to notify anyone. It just happens automatically. That's all for this one. Look for the next one.